Anyway, I'm not kidding you. I ate so many turnip greens when I was growing up. I had to wear kerosene rags tied around both ankles to keep the cutworms from chewing my drawers off. It was I come from a poor family. I mean, my daddy was he raised popcorn. We ate popcorn for breakfast and popcorn for lunch, and then we just drank water and let it pop at supper time. And in the wintertime, those when we ate them turnip greens. But it was good. I mean, really, I didn't know what a canopy was. I thought it was a pot you put under the bed. But that's how bad it was. But anyway, how many of you have grandchildren? I'm telling you, my grandson come up to my house this evening. If he ain't something, I mean, last year, he just tickles me to death because he's got to wear when he comes through the door. He's just grinning like a possum. Wonder where he got that. Anyway, but back in October, you know, when the political stuff was really getting ripe, anyway, you'd be surprised what kids listen to. And so anyway, at school, the teacher, they had a little time left, you know. And so his teacher said, what we're going to do is I'm going to give y'all some famous quotes, and the ones that get to go home early. And so anyway, the first quote was, I had a dream. And Trent was trying to get her attention. This little old girl spoke up. She stood up first. And she said, Martin Luther King, like that, you know. And then she said, the next quote was, ask not. And that's all she got out of her mouth until this other little girl stood up and said, John F. Kennedy, like that, you know. And she said, okay, honey, said, y'all go and call your parents and they'll come and get you. And so anyway, then the next quote was, that somebody said about the two little girls, they said, I wish those girls would shut up. And Trent stood up and he said, Donald Trump. I'll go call my mom. Anyway, he just killed me. About 3 years ago, he would ride the bus up to the Yellow House every day, every other day, that is. He would ride the school bus. And so one day the bus driver come up and told us what he said to her. She said he come up to her and he said, have you had your tonsils out? And she said, no. And he said, well, that's when I got fat. Oh, I tell you. I used to go down and see my grandkids. They live down on the river. I don't know if y'all know Jake Dobbins, the dentist. Yeah. Anyway, has a dental shop down there. Right on the river, right on the farm. And anyway, every Sunday afternoon, I'd go down and see the kids, you know. And one Sunday afternoon, I went down there, and Laramie and Will met me just as I drove up, they run out. And they said, oh, good, Nana, I'm glad you came today, because Daddy said he'd do his trick. And I said, what trick is that? And they said, he said if you come down here one more Sunday, he was going to climb the walls. Oh, me. I have so much fun with them grandkids. But I tell you what, speaking of fat, I have really picked up. Now, I mean it. What ain't fell down or fell out has been operated on and took out and either not put back in or put it back in. So, and when you get my age, you know, you just got to get ready because you're going to have some complications, you know, in your mind. I told them, I said, now when I get up there, I'm not going to talk very long because I'm going to do just what comes to me. And there might not be nothing because sometimes my mind just goes plumb blank and I can't think of nothing. But getting old it ain't for sissies. I mean, I can't hear good and I can't see good. And I can't walk very good. I was doing pretty good tonight, though. Anyway, sometimes I can't. I'll get out of the car and I'll fiddle with my keys a little while so I can get to where I can walk. Anyway, but you know, I can't see good, but I can still drive, you know. Not long ago, I had 4 more women with me, and we decided we'd go on a little journey, you know, just running around here in Arkansas. And so that was 5 old women in a car. And guess what? The trooper stopped us. And he said, I said, sir, I wasn't speeding. He said, no, ma'am. Said, you were driving too slow. Said, you know, it's as dangerous to drive slow as it is to drive too fast. And I said, well, I was going the speed limit. He said, ma'am, you wasn't going the speed limit. I said, I guess I was. I was going 25. He said, that's the highway number. And he said, by the way, what's wrong with them women? They're just trembling, their eyes is bugged out. I said, oh, we just come off of 110. Oh, man. I tell you, you know, getting old ain't easy. It ain't. It really ain't. It was good to see an old friend here. You know Harold Monroe Langster? Well, I have known him all my life. And his school teacher here, and a lot you folks from Mountain View will remember Miss Bunton. Miss Bunton taught school here for 100 years, I think. And you talk about whipping some kids. Now, she could wear them out. She would just wear them out. Back then, that's what teachers did. They'd whip you, you know, if you was bad in the class, instead of, you know, they have to make a big deal out of it now. But anyway, that's what's wrong. But anyway, this day, Miss Bunton was putting arithmetic problems up on the board, you know, up on the blackboard. And she was up there, and she was writing like this, you know, and she raised up like that, and she heard somebody sniggering, and she just knew it was Harold Monroe because he was always causing trouble. She turned around and looked. No, it was a little boy named Jimmy. And she said, Jimmy, what are you laughing about? And he said, well, said, when you retch up like that, said, I saw your petticoat. She said, you get them books out of that desk right now, and you get to the house, and in the morning you bring your pa back with you. I'm going to wear you out. So he jerked them books out of the desk, and he took off like a scalded dog. And so then she went back up there, and she's working on them problems, you know, and she retched up like that, and she heard somebody else laughing. She turned around, and she just knew it was Harold Monroe. No, it was a little boy named Willie. She said, Willie, what are you laughing about? He said, Miss Bunton, said, when you retch up like that, I could see where your pantyhose was hooked to your garter. She said, you get them books out of that desk right now, and you get to the house, and in the morning you bring your pa back with you. I'm fixing to wear you out. And so he jerked them books out of that desk, and off to the house he went. And she went back up there, and she's putting that problem on the board, you know, and she dropped her chalk. And she bent down to pick up that chalk. And when she turned around, Harold was loading up his books. She said, what are you a-doing? He said, I saw enough to end my education.